So it's not unusual for us to visit small towns throughout the prairies and check out odd roadside attractions. It is a little odd when we do something that is a pure social media craze and commercial venture, but this promises to be the most cheesy DroneOCan video ever, at least since our last visit to Tillamook.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, thank you. So like many prairie communities, Cheadle was established when the CPR ran the main line through here. Really took off in the early 1900s. Under normal circumstances, it's home to about 80 or 90 people. So what has caused this small community to suddenly become the darling of social media? Well, it's a 15-foot or 17-foot statue of a Cheeto. It's a brainchild of the Pepsi Corporation, and it's here till the 4th of November. And as you can see behind me, it, you know, nothing gets people out quite like a social media trend. I have no doubt that the population of the town is pretty much double right now, just from the people here to see this giant piece of advertising. It has been a non-stop parade of vehicles and people. We've been here for about 10 minutes and it's just been a constant coming and going. People here to see the statue and take their picture with it. At least one local that we heard from hasn't been a big fan of this temporary art/advertising installment. She could be heard screaming, "Get the F out of my way, I'm trying to get the F home," to the crowd that was gathered along the roadway. So, good times, good times.
I can see why actually the residents are upset, because it's not really increasing revenue for the town because there's no actual businesses here. It's just increasing traffic and creating a bit of a traffic jam in town.
Now, if I sound a little more cynical than I normally do, it's probably because I am. This is purely a giant corporation attempting to create a social media buzz, and I sort of hate playing right into their hands. And the second reason is we know the official non-sponsor of DroneOCan.com is Hawkins Cheesies, and Hawkins Cheesies are far superior to Cheetos, and so I kind of hate to break it to the Pepsi Corporation, but yeah, no, your product is inferior to the real thing. So I'm here to give the giant middle cheesy to Pepsi and Cheetos and say Hawkins Cheesies all the way. Mabel's taking it all in stride despite the number of people and other dogs around. That's a bonus. So I guess I never really explained why Cheadle, Alberta was the site for this campaign. And unless you've been living under a social media rock, you've probably read it already. But apparently the yellow or the orange powder that you get on your fingers when eating Cheetos is called Cheadle, which sounds like Cheadle, so why not? And the town agreed to, host the display/advertising till the 4th of November. And like I said, we know at least one resident isn't happy with it. Not really sure what the town gets out of it or not. I never really read what they got for compensation for agreeing to do this promotion, but it's interesting even from a sociological perspective just to see what will attract people. Alberta is certainly no stranger to the world of, oversized novelty roadside attractions, and the fact that this one, being so corporate and so temporary, can generate attention is pretty interesting. I'm sure there will be a lot of people who will do a study on this phenomenon and will be able to explain it in far more better detail than I can. I only took one sociology course in university, and I skipped most of the classes, showed up to write the final exam, and still managed to pass somehow, but that certainly doesn't make me an expert. I have a feeling that somewhere the ghost of P.T. Barnum is smiling. But you know what? It's all good fun. So whatever brings joy to people, I can get on board with, and it's fun and it's harmless, except for the one homeowner who is just trying to get the F home. There's really not much else that goes on in Cheadle from what I can tell. As Emily mentioned, there's no businesses, there's no no other source of commerce. The train tracks were pulled up, I believe, in the early 1990s. There used to be, I believe, at least 3 grain elevators here at one point, but those are long since gone. And of course, the post office, I believe, closed in the early 1970s. So there is another little park here across the road that people are taking advantage of and checking out some Halloween displays and things, but clearly that's a secondary attractant for the people who have come here. Still, kind of cool. Great place for a Sunday drive.
So there were way more people than I ever in a million years thought would be here. But it is a Sunday and the weather is spectacular, and it is a holiday weekend, so I guess it's not too surprising. But yeah, this place is a complete madhouse. Had we known, maybe we would have stuck to a weekday. It's just a lot of traffic coming in and out, and kids and dogs, and a little bit hectic, but it's hilarious. I love world's largest stuff. It's kind of a thing in Canada, specifically Alberta. Having a marketing background, I love creative marketing, and it is nice to see people out enjoying the day. So I'm glad that we came. Highly enjoyed it.
And just for the record, I'm putting the word out to the Hawkins cheesy people. There is a chance, you're the official non-sponsor of DroneOCan.com. There is still an opportunity to become an official sponsor, just saying. I mean, we're risking our lives bringing this bag here, so that's the level of commitment you get from us. As I fall through a hole, as I typically do. Line was eventually part of the Brooks subdivision, but lately, as in the last week or so, as I just get attacked by a wasp,